Hello, my honeys, and welcome to your reading. I'm Kamara, the Black Dove Oracle, and let's start with our opening prayer. Beloved Mother of waters and ancestors of light, I open this space in truth, clarity, and love. May only that which serves healing and alignment speak through me. Let my words be guided by wisdom, my sight by spirit, and my heart remain rooted in peace. May all those who are sitting at the feet of the One God Goddess Mother, who honor her divine wisdom, feel protected in whatever information they receive. All messages flow through grace and return to grace. Ashe. Hello, my honeys. This is Kamara, the Black Dove Oracle, and welcome back to my channel. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. If you're brand new here, my name is Kamara. I'm a psychic medium. I channel spirit, my ancestors, as well as the divine ancient Sibyls, who were the first oracles. So, my honeys, quick message is coming through. I did a short a few days ago, maybe a week ago, and that message was pretty strong. There is a witch for hire who did not expect the outcome of her work to go the way that it did. This witch for hire, I think they were duped in many ways. Not to excuse their behavior, but who hired them is also up for some real serious examination. So I laid out some cards first. We're not going to have a very long reading, but Spirit did want to communicate some messages. One is that this witch for hire, let me clear the energies for a second. Yeah, Spirit wanted me to break up some of the energy. They might be watching that short and wondering a little bit about what I'm about to say here, what Spirit is about to communicate even. You know, this person, witches, they can do whatever they want to do, right? They have their own protocols. But this particular witch, I think that the people that hired her knew her abilities. This might be a person who works with herbs a lot, like a green witch, like someone who can concoct different potions and herbal remedies, things of that nature. And someone, and I'm feeling a very much like a she, but it could be any gender really. This person, when they were hired, this witch, they were told that somebody they knew just needed more time to, maybe this person said they were going to lose their job to you. Maybe someone said they were going to lose their relationship to you. And they knew this witch and they were like, if you can just give me a little bit more time, if you can slow down this person in whatever way. Maybe this person was threatened because they're a business colleague of yours. They might be business competition. They could be relationship competition. But what I'm seeing here, and Spirit is saying, if it is a relationship, it didn't make sense that they would try to slow you down in that respect, because their relationship truly was over. So Spirit was saying they were already delusional. But, when this witch for hire, maybe even doing this as a favor for someone they know, started to work their spell, they started to see unusual phenomena happen. And what they were starting to realize was that their magic was feeling out of control. It was feeling very chaotic. Now, this person most likely is not a chaos witch or was trying to do chaos work, but quickly they realized their work was becoming chaotic. And something Spirit is showing me here is that the winds the winds picked up on what this witch was doing. And as they picked up on what this witch was doing, here you are, collective. The winds, your ancestors, your familiars started to bring you that information. They let you know by no uncertain terms that someone was implementing some type of magic that had to do with the nature around you, the environment around you. Some of you, you may have started to feel a bit anxious, maybe. Maybe you couldn't sleep very well at night. There was disruptions happening. And so when your guides came through to tell you that this work was being done, you had no choice but to immediately connect with your ancestors, immediately connect with Spirit and your guides and the earth, and try to turn this work around. I think when you did call in your forces, because you are calling in your forces here, it came to a point where your ancestors were saying, why don't you let us take it from here? Why don't you let us handle the rest of this? Because I think in both cases here, you're such a very deeply meditative, how do I want to say, very devoted practitioner that, I think you were trying to maybe even ignore some of this energy. But Spirit says that it was more going on than they wanted you to handle. Sometimes magic is good to just send back little petty things. But this thing they were trying to slow down for you, whether it was a relationship, a job opportunity, this had to do with your purpose. And Spirit said no. Your ancestors said no. This is something that needs to be addressed swiftly and powerfully. And they wanted you to be out of it. They didn't want you to be in some matching battle with this witch. They didn't want you to be in a back and forth. So your ancestors said, let us handle it. But, Spirit does want to say something about who this witch is to you, because I think this person keeps themselves hidden. They may not keep their abilities hidden or the types of things that they do hidden, but when it comes to you, they like to stay in the shadows. Yeah, this is someone who's a bit childish, in your opinion. We have the child eternal. It's someone who has never pretty much resonated with you. I think it's their maturity level, their constant claim that they are a victim, kind of using that as a way to get excuses, or there's a way in which they want to get pity from others. But a lot of their work is of their own doing. A lot of their victimhood is related to their own childish behavior. I think in the past you may have tried to mediate for this person. You may have tried to say to others, this person may not be that bad. I know they're immature, but something Spirit is now letting you know. No, they definitely are someone that you can't trust to be completely innocent. This is what Spirit is saying. This is someone who's a bully. This is someone who's very childish. They do childish things. They go out in nature and even disrespect nature with their spell work. You know, there's something about them that's, how do I want to say, just not very forthright, not very honest. And so, you know, this person often uses their magic for bullying, for trying to coerce persons and situations. So let's go to who hired them. Oh, who hired them is someone in their feminine energy. Okay, collective. They were hired by someone who, this is kind of funny. Someone who's very similar to them when it comes to working with the forces of nature, but they kind of exploit their ability to be a goddess. This is someone that a lot of people may find attractive in a kind of dark way, but you know, the person that hired them also has a tendency to only want to be seen and only have eyes on them. If you ask me, for many of you, the person that hired this witch was jealous of you, was jealous of your ability to be a visionary. You're jealous of your abilities, your spiritual abilities even. But this is someone who is very into their looks, very into how they're being perceived. And so let's get into why they even bothered to hire this witch. Yeah, I think they wanted to cause a lot of confusion in your life, collective. They didn't want you to be focused on something. What did they not want you to be focused on? Yeah, an emperor, of course. Yeah, this is a person, collective, that felt very threatened because I think a emperor was interested in you. An emperor was inquiring about you. Even this emperor's ancestors were like, I think we like the collective for whatever the emperor was interested in. Let's see. Say more, Spirit. Yeah, they wanted you confused. They wanted you to be in an energy of confusion, an energy of loss and grief. You may have already been dating this emperor, and that can be in any gender, you all, but someone who's very highly elevated, someone who was a leader, a boss, you know. They wanted you to suffer a loss with this person. They wanted this person to reject you. They wanted this person to feel like you were a manipulator. And they wanted this person to feel as if you were juggling them. And so this was a lot for this witch to take up. But, you know, what these people, whoever, I don't know why I just heard people, but this person, maybe people who hired this witch, they neglected to tell them something very important, very interesting, that they have been trying for quite some time to get you out of the energy of this emperor. Say more, Spirit. Yeah, we have the Three of Wands here. We have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Seven of Pentacles upright. And we have the Eight of Swords upright, as well as the Eight of Cups upright. You know, these people have been watching you for a while, the ones that hired the witch. They've been trying to calculate your trajectory. They've even been trying to pocket watch you to try to figure out just how successful you are, how powerful you are, what kind of moves you're making, how, here's what I'm seeing too is that they saw how hard you worked. They saw that you're not a prisoner of life. In fact, they saw that you were willing in this collective to walk away from things that weren't for you. Now, why this is all important, what they were seeing, they wanted to attack you on all of these levels. They wanted you to think that your work was going nowhere. They wanted you to think you had no options, that you were a prisoner to your current situation. They wanted you to even walk away from things that meant so much to you. They really wanted you to walk away. So for many of you in this collective, they were looking to make life so difficult for you in an illusionary way, because here's the thing. Your work is good. People love your work, but they wanted to put you in an energy of chaos. They wanted you to not even understand what might have been happening. They wanted you to feel as if you were a prisoner to your life. And I think for many of you, you were starting to wonder, why is it that I feel so tired? You might have felt tired, lethargic, not able to get up and do the work that you once had all this energy for. They wanted you to feel as if you had so many losses that you weren't going to make it. And I think it took an act of your ancestors and spirit to say, hold on, collective. This confusion is not you. This tiredness, this heaviness, this forlonging is not you. And so this was a very kind of interesting intervention that started to happen. I think you all around the new moon had to get yourself into ritual space, had to go out into nature and heal yourself, because this work was pretty deep and heavy. But here's the thing. What this witch didn't realize is that you're so divinely protected, collective. This witch didn't realize that all the work that they were doing has been done before. Really, we have the upside down Knight of Coins. The work that they had been done before, the work they were doing had been done before. And regardless of how many people this person who hired the witch pays, it's never going to reap the outcome this person wanted, because most people they've hired, not most, Spirit is saying all the people they've hired thus far have failed. Your path, collective, is destined for you. The things they're trying to stop are part of your divine purpose. And they couldn't get anywhere with this magic. They couldn't get anywhere with this chaos and confusion. You know, when I say that you experienced some of these things, it was very short-lived. It might have been a day or two. You may have noticed, you're like, what is wrong with me? And it was then that you knew not to wait. You had to go and find, maybe you had to connect with your ancestors. Maybe you had to get a reading yourself. Maybe you had to get some divination work done. But once you found out, it was like, oh, okay, all right. And your ancestors were like, listen, because look at the ancestors, they're saying, this person is trying to stop you from being a star in whatever area of your life. That could be with a relationship, it could be with business relationships, but they were so trying to get in your head. They were so trying to cause you a lot of confusion. And your ancestors said, listen, we're going to let you feel the wobble, because we want you to feel how strong this energy is that they've sent towards you. But guess what? We have it handled. You can rest. You can relax. We've got this. And so that has pretty much been what has taken place. But, I don't think that this witch expected such a quick retaliation. After they did their work, they didn't expect such quick action to come through from your ancestors. But guess what? Your ancestors were like, here we go. The libations are being poured and we're ready to work. Your ancestors set out to bring complete balance to the situation, and they did. Some of you will find that your relationship is now going to be better. The communication is better. You all are working together again because the ancestors handled this. They brought your enemy into the sun, okay? And there's no way now that this person can continue to play the tricks that they've done. Seven of Swords. They can't do these tricks anymore. This witch for hire has to know that whatever they were trying to do to you, they will be among another number who did not succeed. Spirit is saying something's going to happen between the people that hired them and this witch. What is going to happen, Spirit? Last few cards. What's going to happen between this person that, oh goodness. Yeah, there's a Page of Wands. There is going to be some kind of quick, this person's going to do what they can to quickly divert this spell to the people that hired them. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Like this person's going to try their best to turn the energy around so it'll go to the people that hired them, your enemy. Yeah, right now this person, the witch, is doing some bibliomancy. They're trying to figure out what would be the right. They're looking in their grimoires. They're looking in their journals. They're trying to find a reversal spell that will not only send back this energy that they put out when they were hired. They're looking for a way to ensure that nothing happens to you, and nothing happens to you, but they're looking to make sure nothing happens to the people that they love, because I gotta tell you something. This witch knows how protected you are. This witch knows that you are of a different breed, collective. You are of a higher calling, and they are afraid that energy that they send out towards you is going to snap back, and it's going to hurt people that they love, okay? Or it might break up their own relationship. It may even take money out of their pocket. So this witch, I think they've learned their lesson about dealing with the devil. Okay, that's what I have for you, my honeys. This was a quick read, but definitely put a little witch in the comments if you feel like this was something that resonated with you, either past, present, or possibly the future. Okay, my honeys, happy Halloween. This is probably one of my last Halloween readings for this season. Take care. My membership is open if you want to join. We're having a lot of members only fun over there. We'll have some lives as well as some special readings and resources. So I hope to see you, my honeys. Take care.